Hello. So the first item in my project pan is this brown eyeshadow that I'm using to fill in my brows. I hit pan on it this month. I'm actually surprised that it already showed up. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer. The goal of this is just to finish it before I buy a brow powder. However, I feel like I've been liking not wearing brow powder on my brows, or at least alternating. The other thing that's on my project pan is this blush. So I was talking about, should I zoom in? I don't know if you can see. Okay, anyway, so the goal for this is to remove the imprint of the cat, and I feel like it's gotten a little bit better. I mentioned that I wanted to use this on my nails. It wasn't very good for the nails. I wore it on my cheeks more, and I just realized that I just don't like it as a blush. It's too glittery. I don't like the color of it. However, I realized that if I use a fluffy brush on my eyes, it actually looks very cute, and it's a very pretty just everyday eyeshadow. So this is going to be now a single eyeshadow now. Previously I had used it with my fingers and I feel like it was too much, but with a brush I really liked it. The product that had barely any difference is this MAC foundation, which this is the line from last month, and as you can see I feel like there's barely any difference. I did use this a couple of times all around my face, and then eventually I was trying to figure out what was breaking me out. So I was just using this on like this side of my face, and then two different serums on this side of my face, and then my chin, and then here I had sunscreen because I added a bunch of new things and I was trying to figure out what was breaking me out. I had mentioned that this was starting to smell bad. I feel like I'd end up getting little bumps right after wearing this, but now that I haven't been using it, I'm still breaking out a lot, hence the acne patches. But I still don't trust this. Everything, I don't know, my face is just mad at me. So I think I'm going to throw this away. I've had it for 4 years, so I think it's finally done. I feel like I pretty much only finished a third of it, maybe even like less than that. Anyway, yeah. But so anyway, what this has taught me though is that I think I would only like to have one foundation at a time because two is too many for me. So the next thing is this Aquifer. There was barely a dent in it because I was only using it on my lips because I started using like a pain lotion for my hands. I was trying not to use this on my hands, but eventually I started using it on my feet. And again, because everything's breaking me out, maybe it is just hormonal. I just got my period, so maybe it's just that. I don't trust this either because I was breaking out right here and I was like, maybe it's because of this. So this is going to be demoted to skincare, and I'm not going to use this on my lips anymore. I'll still update on it, but it'll be part of the skincare products. Okay, and I'll just use this on my feet. I didn't mention that. Anyway, so in its place, I'm going to be using this lip balm at night, but I'm probably not going to keep track of it because there's not going to be a huge difference anyway. So okay, so the next thing is another lip product. So I ended up depotting the Ritual Defeat color nectar into one of these. I'm pretty sure I still have the picture, but anyway, basically I melted this underneath a little candle warmer, and then I poured it in here. I felt like there was a difference, and now I feel like it looks the same. But anyway, I think this, I'm probably gonna pause on it for a little bit, at least the first couple weeks, until I get, the acne under control-ish, because I don't fully trust this either. I was gonna scoop it out, but I heard someone say that you can melt it, so I did that, and it actually worked out pretty well. I used to break out a lot in high school and early 20s, and in the past 3 to 4 years, my face has been pretty good. Like, I still break out here and there, but it's been crazy the past couple weeks, and I think I know why. I think there was a product that I used that made this happen, but I guess I'll talk about it later. Never mind. Okay, so the next thing that was in my project pan was this eyeshadow palette, which I'm also gonna move away because I'm so annoying. I had talked about how this eyeshadow palette didn't really show up on my skin tone, but apparently it's not supposed to do that. So I guess you're supposed to do a base powder and then put the shimmers on top, so the shimmers don't have a base color. So I stopped doing the water method, which I did do, and that's how I ended up hitting pan on this, although I'm kind of scared to use this again because I got glitter in my eye and I got scared. So I'm probably not even gonna use this shade anymore. But anyway, so I decided to not completely pan it because it's too much. And when I first tried project panning, I was panning palettes and I kind of burnt out and it was annoying. So I decided to rotate through and do 2 palettes at a time. So towards the end of the month, I added this whole palette as kind of like 2 palettes per month. I was still using some other palettes, but you know, those were the ones that I was trying to use. And anyway, this is actually the palette that I panned, you know, a couple years ago. And I ended up repurchasing it because I missed this shade and I missed these copper shades. The point is that I wanted to play around with it more because I felt like the top portion I didn't really use other than this one. And this one, I feel like now that I got it, it's not that good. And I don't know, it's just too powdery and it doesn't show up. So I just wanted to play around with it more. And I realized that I really like this shade. I thought it was a gray shade, but it's actually brown. So that was cool. And it also reminded me how much I liked this red shade. It's copper. So that was going to be the plan, to rotate 2 palettes at a time. But now I decided to do something else. I'm going to do the no shade left behind, something like that. I'm going to take a picture of all my palettes, which I have, I think, 8 of them. And then I'm going to cross off whenever I use a shade. So I'm going to try to go through all of my shades and use them. And my goal is going to be to finish this by the end of the year. So that's what I'm doing for palettes instead, because I feel like trying to pan something is just not useful. Because again, I thought I was going to use water and it was going to go down way faster, but after looking at some Korean makeup videos, I realized that that's how you're supposed to use them. I think I did try using a light brown underneath these, but I feel like the brown I used was too light. So anyway, which, oh my gosh, I keep opening it. Which, by the way, I realized that layering this and another pink eyeshadow kind of made it so that it kind of dupes one of the things I was trying to replace because it's discontinued. So similar vibes, not exactly, but okay. In place of the MAC foundation, I'm going to add this concealer. I was really liking the concealer method or whatever of just like adding this on like your spots. But this was back when my skin was not that bad. And now that I'm breaking out a shit ton, I don't even want to put anything on my face. So again, this is going to be in the project, but I'm probably not going to use it that much. Because I just want to leave my face bare so that it just kind of fixes itself. This already has some windowing, but I feel like it still has a lot. So anyway, that'll be the face complexion replacement. So Jami, the impulse panner, made a new project pan prompt and I wanted to partake in it, at least add one thing. And so I rolled the dice and I got foundation and I got 10 uses. So I'm going to use this Glossier foundation 10 times. So I'm just going to keep it to 5 products in total of my project pan, plus all the eyeshadows used once. Now let's go through empties. So the first empty is this black eyeliner, which is a sad empty because it just dried out on me. This cap kept opening. I put washi tape on it. I guess I didn't tape it completely, and it opened. I tried pulling it out and like doing the thing where you rotate it, and I ended up just like scraping the paint off of here. So yeah, unfortunately an empty, but a sad empty. So that's the only makeup thing. And then I finished this nail polish, but not really because I poured it into another nail polish, which I'm sorry, I'm too lazy to go get it. But anyway, so this is an empty, but not really. For skincare, I just have 2 empties. Again, I was hopping around figuring out what the fuck was going on with my face. This is a serum I was using on this side, but I feel like I did use it a couple times all around my face. BHA always is terrible on my skin, so I don't know. I thought maybe this was going to be the difference, okay? I really did think so. But I feel like maybe this is what actually broke me out, because I've used the Zap Zit cleanser, which has salicylic acid, and I've also tried like the Red Ordinary serum thing, and like I've always broken out a lot after using it. So I don't know. I feel like it was this. I ended up using this on my scars on my legs, so that's how I ended up using it up. for this one, I was using it on my face a few times. This is the Panoxyl Niacinamide Moisturizer, and it fucking burned my skin. So I was only using it on my body afterwards because I could not deal with it. And so yeah, so that's how this is done. I also decided to include chronic pain shit because just to motivate myself to use stuff up. I finished this lidocaine cream thing that's supposed to be for pain, and I had it for a while. It was here when I added it to the project, and now it's done. I finished this Epsom salt. I think it was more expensive than the usual salt that I get, but I got it because it was part of insurance-ish, FAC. I don't know. That's probably not gonna make sense, but anyway. I don't know, I feel like sometimes it does something with chronic pain when I take a bath with these, but sometimes I'm like, does it actually do something? I don't know. I haven't really been taking baths lately because it's been hot, but I did take 1 or 2 this month. Anyway, the other thing I'm working on is the diclofenac gel. This is another doctor prescription thing for chronic pain. I don't know that it does anything, to be honest. Also, it's supposed to be for arthritis, but I'm not diagnosed with arthritis, but she told me to buy this. So anyway, yeah, I've been using this on my hands and like my elbows. I added it to the project to motivate me to use it up so that when I go to the doctor, I can tell her that I used it. And I have some other stuff like icy hot and other stuff that I want to get through. So another makeup declutter is this green concealer. So I got this from Dollar Tree. It's the LA Colors blah blah blah. So I watched a video explaining how you're supposed to use this. I feel like I'm just not going to use it that way. And even now that I'm breaking out, I wouldn't use it because I'd be scared that it would break me out more. What's weird is that it's not like big pimples like I used to get in high school. It's just like clusters of little pimples. And somehow I feel like that's more annoying. But anyway, my point is that I'm not going to use it even now. So I'm just going to toss this. Usually I declutter makeup to my sister, but I mean, this is expired, it smells bad, and my sister has perfect skin, so she doesn't even need this. So for skincare products that I bought this month, I got the Panoxyl 4% benzoyl peroxide cleanser. I'm running low on this, so I bought that. And then I ended up repurchasing this Centella toner. I felt like it didn't really do much before, but as I used it more, I was like, wow, this is actually really nice. And I'm like, perhaps maybe my skin misses this. I don't know. I did finish the Glossier patches, so I bought more of these patches from a different brand. These have tea tree oil and they smell really fucking strong, but I just love that it comes in different sizes. So they have the little ones, and then these, I'm not even showing you, this, and then some cute ones too. The other things that I'm not sure that they're actually that effective. So I feel like it does suck out oil and stuff, but I feel like it hasn't really peeled off the pus from the pimples. I know it's gross. But anyway, so, but it seems like it does stick. So I don't know if maybe my pimples aren't ready yet or what, but anyway. I'm going to take you to my bathroom so you can see the rest. Okay, so this is technically my skincare routine. I keep forgetting to use this on my brows. But I've just been using the patches for the past week anyway. So I haven't even been using these, and I used this one and this one this month, but again, I was hopping around because I was like, oh my gosh, is this freaking out my skin? I don't know. So anyway, that's what that's like. And then for hair care, I just use this that much more, so not much difference. For cleanser, I'm using the Panoxyl and then that bar. And then I have these 2 sunscreens and Cetaphil cleanser I ended up putting under the sink because I'm not using it right now. And then I ended up only using one of these Mary and May masks. Okay, so these are the 5 makeup products that are in my project pan. These are the 2 things that I'm decluttering. And then these are the empties for August. Thank you for watching. Bye.